It's the Wake Up Call on Thunder 94.5, and joining me from the Kentwood Cat Clinics is Dr. Tammy Sadek. How are you doing today?
I am doing great, Flouder. Thanks for having me.
Now, I have my two cats, Biscuits and Gravy, who I love to death, and I think I'm pretty much set right now at two cats. That's a lot for me to handle. I'm doing well. But I have a friend that has a cat right now, and they're thinking about possibly getting another pet. Maybe they don't know if they're going to get a cat or a dog, but my point is they're going to have to introduce their cat that they have now to another animal.
Well, that's a great question to ask because, people's lives change and they do get another pet. Sometimes it's a dog, sometimes it's a cat. What we have to remember is that we want to make that transition as easy as possible for the current pet as we can. So we're going to talk about cats, introducing another cat to a cat that you already have. Or let's say Biscuits and Gravy decided they wanted another buddy, or you decided that they wanted another buddy. They're not going to be thrilled to begin with. So what we need to do is to make sure that the new pet coming into the household goes into a separate room at first. So Biscuits and Gravy have run of the house to begin with, and then you have a separate room for the new kitty that's come in. So that then you can get them used to the sounds and smells of each other right through the door. After you've been doing that, you can prop that door open just a little bit so that now they can see each other and hear each other and smell each other, but they can't actually reach each other. And you start giving yummy foods to both the new kitty and Biscuits and Gravy only when they are able to see each other. So they start associating that new buddy with good things.
Yeah, that good feeling, for example, food is like that way they'll associate that new cat with that. That makes sense.
Absolutely. We want to just kind of make them happy to see that new kitty and gradually start getting them accustomed to it. You also need to make sure that you give lots of extra attention to the current pets right now. Otherwise, they can kind of feel a little bit like, well, who is this new invader into my household and why are they taking all of your attention?
Now, that makes sense with like a fellow pet, but for example, let's say somebody, you see it all the time. I see it a lot with dogs, but I've never thought about it with cats. When you bring a baby into the household.
Oh, when you're expanding that family with a new baby, it's a wonderful time. It's also an exhausting time for everybody concerned. But it's very difficult sometimes for people to give the current pets enough attention when that new baby comes, just because people are so tied up with all the demands of being new parents. But what I'd like to tell people to do is to give at least 10 minutes of attention to each pet in the household daily. For cats, that's really enough time so that they still feel loved. You want to be, before the baby comes home from the hospital, you bring home a blanket or a washcloth that you've touched the baby with and let the kitty smell that.
Yeah.
And then when the baby does come home, you want to make sure that you're not scaring the cat away from the baby. The cats are going to be a little bit nervous of that baby to begin with. So you just let them come up to it, let them sniff it, and be calming all the time. I do like to just give a little warning, though. You never want to leave any pet alone with a baby.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you are having supervised interactions.
Well, I learned a lot. I appreciate Dr. Tammy Sadek from the Kentwood Cat Clinic from coming in today. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, what are some ways they can do that?
Well, we'd love to have you give us a call at 616-241-6369 or visit our website at www.catclinics.com.
Dr. Tammy Sadek from the Kentwood Cat Clinic, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Flounder.